thank you for joining us tonight. This is the Smith Academy Select Board Candidate Forum. I'm pleased to have Amie Jones, did I say that correct?
Yep.
Here with us. This is the first of 3 candidates for us. So just so everyone knows, this is a student-driven and student-led event. The questions that were developed in coordination with the student government here. They were then refined by the AP Government course, and then we have students from the Honors Government course who are going to be facilitating the evening. So thank you for joining us, and at this point I'm going to turn it over to our students who can introduce themselves and then jump right in. Okay?
Hello, my name is Lucas Punska, and I'm a sophomore here at Smith Academy.
Hello, my name is Rachel Grogan, and I'm also a sophomore at Smith Academy.
Hello, my name is Piper Garrett, and I'm also a sophomore at Smith Academy.
So we have 7 questions for you here, and the first one, if you could tell us about yourself, why you wish to be a select board member, and what ties you may have to Hatfield Public Schools and Smith Academy.
Wow. Okay. That's like 4 questions in one. So a little bit about myself. I grew up in South Hadley. My family is actually from Hatfield originally. When, like, if we go way back, when Whately was still part of Hatfield. So my grandparents actually owned the farm at the Glen. And then my family remained on Main Street really up until a couple of years ago when my great uncle passed away finally. So that's my ties to the community. I spent a lot of time here as a child. I think that it is a wonderful place to be, and it feels very much like home. I now live in Hatfield. I've lived here for it's 8 or 9 years now, and bought a house a couple of years ago up on Dwight Street. So pretty rooted in the community as well. My ties to Smith Academy, growing up in South Hadley, I don't have any, like on a personal level. However, my friends' children mostly went through Smith Academy, and I actually spent quite a bit of time assisting with the basketball for 4 years. Kevin Banis was the kid, so we came and kept score and stuff for the basketball. So although I don't have any personal ties to the school, I have had involvement with the school.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How will youth in Hatfield benefit from having you as a select board member?
How will youth in Hatfield benefit from me? Well, I know that a lot of the things that I had as a child going through school are not offered here. Sports, extracurricular activities, things like that, mostly due to budget constraints and all that. So I think that those are important things, even if it's on a rec level, to bring back. I don't exactly have an answer as to how. I know there's budget constraints and things like that, but I think those would be things that I would look at. I'll be 100% transparent in that I don't have children, but I am an aunt and I love being an aunt, and those children will be coming up through the school. So I want to make sure that they receive the best education and options available to them.
Mm-hmm. Are there any aspects about schooling in Hatfield that draw your attention specifically, and why?
So again, as far as the curriculum goes or whatever, I'm not a part of it, but I have friends that participate in the HEF program with the plays and stuff, and I think that is pretty incredible. I know they're hurting for members at the moment in order to get a quorum in that, so that's something that I've been pushing with people that I know. To be honest, I don't have time at the moment with work and running for select board, but I do think that is important.
How could you use policy to help retain staff at Hatfield Public Schools and in Hatfield as a whole?
So my career track after I got out of college is human resources, and I've been doing that for a number of years. We'll leave it at that. So how could I use policies? I think policies are important. It provides a lot of guidelines to do, but I think that it also is important for retention as far as it provides direction for the teachers in order to be able to progress, and it also ties into benefits and things like that as far as policy. So if we can offer better benefits to teachers, we can attract more teachers and keep them longer.
Do you have any environmental issues that you hope to address through policy?
Do I personally have environmental issues?
Yes, and anything that you wish to do for Hatfield to make it
So I think as far as the environment goes, I'll say in general, one of the biggest things for me is the farmland in town. And I really think that that's important to preserve. I recognize that we need to increase our tax base, like at the meeting last night where the zonings were changed to allow for light industrial, which I think is great because the areas that were changed for that don't impact the farmland. And I want to see farmers be able to continue. We produce crops for basically the whole world. We donate to the food bank, things like that, where people are supported. So those are important issues to me.
What are your budget priorities, especially towards the schools, and what school-based priorities would you put into a capital plan?
So this is my first time running, so I'm not very familiar with how the budgetary process within Hatfield works, other than watching the meetings that occurred. So for me, I think, again, funding for the school is important. In order to be able to retain and attract teachers, keep curriculums going, keep extracurricular activities available. So those would be priorities. Without school, how do we attract people to move into town or to have families or anything, right? As far as capital expenses, I will be honest, I don't know what the school needs. So I would need to know that first.
And lastly, is there anything else you'd like us to know?
Is there anything else I would like to know? Probably a whole lot that I can't think of at the moment. I hate being on the spot like that. So I mean, for me, and I guess I would just reemphasize that I think that the schooling and the services that we offer in town are important. I mean, obviously the select board governs way more than just the school. So there's a lot of things that do need to balance out. But, you know, I think that I think it definitely has to be a priority.
Thank you.
Well, thanks.
Well, it seems like we're at the end here, so I'd like to thank you for joining us.
Of course.
For coming in.
It was my pleasure.
Meeting with our students here and any community members who wanted to be present. This will be, we'll put this up on our media outlets as soon as we're able to.
Okay.
Okay?
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.